by the time prom came around, I had really like brought food back into my life. I wasn't measuring anything. I wasn't counting anything. I just kind of ate when I wanted to. And every time I went to go and eat, I always thought about how I looked in the dressing room. It sounds crazy now, but I swear that's like literally what I would think of. Still a sophomore in high school, and it was pretty young for me to go, so I felt like really cool about it. And yeah, I looked great by the time prom came around. Mentally, I definitely saw that it took more than just basically like filling the requirement physically of recovery. I don't know if that makes sense, but I knew that I didn't have the confidence still. I was still always like looking at myself in the mirror, and like I'd have like the fat moments, because even then it was like he still didn't want me to be his girlfriend. I just felt so frustrated with the fact that I wasn't good enough no matter what I did. I had finished off high school pretty healthy. I had started going to the gym again. I had curves. I filled out, definitely. This was a healthy weight. So I took that to Parsons in New York. I took my story with me. I wanted to basically advocate awareness about eating disorders, because I learned as I got older how serious it really was, what I had put my body through. I remember sharing my story a lot. I got caught up in school, and freshman year at Parsons was definitely a reflection of freshman year of high school. So I started to drop weight, was intimidated by people at that school who had had training prior to college in fashion and different like programs that I wasn't taught in high school, and they were. I would always break down in class when I didn't understand something. It definitely took a toll on me, and I used my restrictive like old behaviors and over exercising as a way to kind of like one up the people I felt intimidated by. Because I basically was the only one in my classes that would like make it a point to work out and make time, because we didn't have any time between class and homework, and I was taking like 19 credits. That was just kind of my way of feeling confident in this really like cutthroat, intense major that I just felt super inadequate and never like good enough even more. The time Christmas break came around, it was clear that I had dropped a significant amount of weight again. Worked out off of no sleep, and my eyes were like all sunken in. I just looked underweight and exhausted. And my mom definitely said something to me, and she asked me right off the bat if I was okay, if anything was going on. But it really wasn't until I confided in my sister that I admitted to being stressed and just not feeling like I had a balance anymore. And I just saw my sister as like an inspiration to me. She was this girl that loved to work out. Since I was little, I'd always known her as like either playing tennis or going to our local gym. And now that she was in college, she like taught spin class. She went out with her friends. She was very like balanced and happy, where I was just so like tunnel vision in work all the time. And when I wasn't, I was taking the stress out on my body. I asked her, what do you do? Like, how do you get that way? How do you get balance in your life? How do you get balance with food? And another thing that really interested me was how much into lifting she was. And so lifting was something I had never really done. So we started out going to the gym together during the break, and she basically just let me like mimic her workouts. I just fell in love with it immediately. I loved how powerful I felt and still in control, but that I was doing the right thing by learning to build muscle and less on breaking it down through excessive cardio. Through that, she also showed me how food is fuel for your body, how it should be balanced. She introduced me to sweet potatoes, which is my one love now. She really set the bar. She helped me get back to a healthy weight by the time I returned to school. Through sophomore and junior year, I was okay with my body. I kind of felt heavy at most points just because my eating was healthy, but there was like no structure to it. I didn't know if my workouts were really compatible with how I was eating. I had kind of been new to Instagram and the whole social media fit fam. And I noticed this one girl one day, and is now my coach of 3 years. Her Instagram page was just so down to earth, and she looked amazing. It ended up being that she had just started out with her business. It's ADO Fitness. I will link all her info. Basically reached out to her and told her my story and just said how, you know, I really wanted to learn everything there was about lifting, and I didn't really get all that I needed in that short period of time with my sister. I was mainly just looking for like leaning out and just toning everything, not dropping too drastically. She taught me flexible dieting, everything there is to know about counting macros, how to do it every day, and also how to not panic and freak out when you want to treat yourself and want to fit in, you know, these fun foods or foods that used to be unsafe to me or unhealthy before, just by fitting it into your macros. So that means she set the amount of protein, carbs, and fats I would need every day. But she just went above and beyond and has, and that's why I've been with her for so long, just about keeping me mentally sane. Not always just worrying about getting paid. She always just checks in to see if I'm okay. This has been all through email, and we talked on the phone once, and that was something totally unfit fitness or like client related at all. And she just was there for me when I needed someone to talk to. I'm just forever grateful for her, and she's taught me so much about my body and just living such a flexible, balanced lifestyle. I will be doing my first bikini competition in the spring in Vancouver, so that's super exciting. So I will be prepping with her for that. I started a nonprofit called Body Fitness, and we meet every week. I basically call it the AA for fitness. We hash out all these myths and like cleanses and stupid that's gone around this industry that has totally messed up people's motivation. And I just try to make it a community and a safe place for people to feel not intimidated by this industry at all and just want to get started in their fitness journey. Have people that'll support them week after week. And basically once a month with this group, I reached out to St. Vincent Providence Hospital. They're in charge of the mental disorder unit here. And, you know, I really wanted a chance or an opportunity to fundraise for eating disorder patients that aren't being covered by health insurance. None of my treatment was covered. So I never want anyone to have to go through that, because I felt a tremendous amount of guilt just watching my family be put through something that I did, and then on top of it felt guilty about them having to pay out of pocket. I just want to prevent this from continuing any further, because fitness and this mindset and self-love has kind of just changed my life. If I can help someone get there, that would just make it all worth it. So that was my little spiel. I hope you enjoyed my story, and this is the start of my YouTube channel, so enjoy.